40 tips for finding strength in tough times. Sometimes we have to go through something like death in order to be reborn into a stronger, smarter, and more perfect version of ourselves. No one has ever managed to never lose a loved one, someone they need, or something they thought would last forever. But it is these losses that make us stronger. They are the ones that open up opportunities for future personal growth, success, and happiness. If you are faced with difficult challenges in your life, at some point, you will stop feeling sad and move forward even stronger than before, and with a smarter attitude towards life. Just remember, you are not your past. No matter how chaotic your past is, there is a clear, open path ahead of you. You are not your past habits. You are not your past mistakes. You are not how someone once treated you. You are just you, here and now. You are what you do today. Focus on what you have, not what you don't have. You are who you are. And to be honest, your situation isn't that bad. Otherwise, you wouldn't be reading this article. What you really need is to find one positive thought that will inspire you and help you move forward. Hold on to it as tightly as you can and try to focus on it. Yes, it may seem like you have nothing, and if you do, it's too little. But your mind can inspire you, and that encouragement is the only thing you really need to move forward again. Problems are an integral part of personal growth. Our problems and their solutions are part of life and personal growth. People lose their jobs, get sick, and sometimes even die in accidents. If you're young and doing pretty well, it's hard for you to fully realize this, but the smartest and sometimes hardest thing we can do when we find ourselves in a situation like this is to use our reaction to it to strengthen our will and resolve. You can scream, throw things at walls, and swear all you want. But you're above that, right? Remember, letting your emotions run wild usually only makes things worse. And while tragedies are bad, they give us the opportunity to become stronger. Sometimes you can afford to unstick. You don't have to constantly pretend to be strong and pretend that everything is fine. And what others will think of you in a similar situation should not bother you at all. If you feel like crying, cry. It is even useful. A smile does not always mean that you are happy. Sometimes it just indicates that you are strong enough to deal with your problems. Life is fragile, sudden, and sometimes shorter than it seems. Remember, tomorrow may not come. For someone, it definitely will not come. Right now, someone is making plans for tomorrow, not yet knowing that they will die today. It is sad, but such is life. Therefore, spend your time wisely, and sometimes stop to understand how beautiful life is. Every moment is a priceless gift. Don't waste it thinking about the bad. It is better to spend it on something that will help you move in the right direction. We all make mistakes sometimes, and the sooner you accept it, the sooner you can become better, and as a result, make fewer mistakes. No, you will never become absolutely perfect. But if you don't even try to achieve this, you will sit back and do nothing. It's better to do something and make a mistake than to do nothing at all. Go ahead. You will either succeed or learn an important lesson. In any case, you will win. You are able to make yourself happy. Feelings change, people too, and time flies. You have a choice. You can either endlessly analyze the past and its mistakes, or try to make yourself happy. A smile is a conscious choice, not some miracle. Don't make a mistake. Don't wait for someone or something to make you happy. True happiness can only come from the depths of your soul. Try to emotionally distance yourself from problems. You are not your problems. You are a living human being, more complex than all your problems combined. That means you are stronger than them. You can change them and how you feel about them. Don't make a problem bigger than it is. Don't let one dark cloud cover the entire sky. No matter how gloomy your life is, someday the sun will still shine. Sometimes you just need to forget how you feel, remember what you deserve, and keep moving forward. There are life lessons to be learned from everything that happens. From everything. From the people you meet to the things that happen to you. It's all part of one big lesson called life. Never give up on learning, especially when things don't go the way you want them to. If you didn't get the job you wanted or the new relationship you wanted, then something better is waiting for you. And the lesson you learned is the first step to that. Consider every challenge as a chance to learn something. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? After all, every situation can teach us something new. How to become stronger, how to communicate with people, how to trust your instincts, how to express your love, how to forgive, how to understand when to let go, how to strive for something new. Everything changes, but the sun still rises every morning. There is bad news. Nothing lasts forever. But there is also good news. Nothing lasts forever. Giving up and moving on are different things. In the life of each of us, there inevitably comes a moment when we get tired of trying to catch up with everyone and fix everything. But this does not mean that we should give up and give up. This is not the end, but just a new beginning. You simply begin to understand that you do not need some people and the problems they bring into your life. Run away from negative people. Every time you get rid of something negative, you make room for the positive. Life is too short to spend it with people who feed on your happiness like vampires on blood. Run away from negative people because they skillfully destroy your sense of confidence and self-esteem. It is better to surround yourself with people who will help you reveal your best features. There is no such thing as a perfect relationship. Perfect romantic relationships exist only in novels. Do you want your relationship to be like that? Learn to cope with minor troubles. This is what will make them perfect. Do not forget to love yourself. One of the most serious troubles that can happen to you is the possibility of losing yourself for someone, forgetting that you are also a person and also worthy of love. Tell me, when was the last time someone told you that they love you just like that? What do you say and think really matter to this person? And when was that someone you? Don't let others make decisions for you. Yes, you will have to learn to live without worrying about what other people think of you, to abstract from their emotions and prove to yourself that you are better than they think. By accumulating negativity, you primarily harm yourself, not others. Try to always forgive people, even if they never ask you for forgiveness. It's not they who need it, it's you. If you accumulate anger, you deprive yourself of happiness. Why do you need this stress? You're not alone, and everyone has problems. Staying up at night, worrying about a friend, trying to pick up the pieces of your soul after betrayal, feeling worse than everyone in the world because someone doesn't love you enough to stay with you, being afraid to try something new because you might not succeed. This doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you or that you're going crazy. It just means that you're human and that you need some time to get yourself together. You're not alone. No matter how miserable or confused you feel about the situation you're in, countless people have been in it before you, and many more will be in it after you. When you tell yourself, "I'm the only one," you're lying. You have a lot to be thankful for. Yes, this world is full of sadness, but it is also full of people who are learning to overcome it. Sometimes, you need to forget about what has gone from your life in order to appreciate what is left more and look forward to what is to come. Henry David Thoreau once said, "Wealth is the ability to fully perceive life." And even when things seem terrible, it is useful to look at your life from another perspective. You did not go to bed hungry. You did not have to sleep on the street. You have a choice in what to wear. And at work, you do not work 20-hour days for a pittance. You have access to clean drinking water. If you get sick, you can go to the doctor. You do not have to be constantly afraid. You have access to the internet. After all, you can read. Many people would consider you rich, so you appreciate what you have. Constantly feed your inner hope. Losses, worries, illnesses, broken dreams, no matter how bad you are, no matter how unreasonable your ambitions seem to you, once a day, put your hands on your heart and say out loud, "Hope lives here." An unpleasant truth is much better than a sweet lie. You must see things as they are, not as you would like to see them. Bitter medicine is better than sweet poison. Sometimes it is difficult to understand how close you have come to success. We always move forward step by step, and only looking back do we see what line they consist of. Often success is much closer than it seems and lies in wait for us when we least expect it. Sometimes we are happiest when we don't get what we want. That's right, because it forces us to reevaluate our priorities, opens the way to new opportunities, and generally forces us to look at everything with a fresh, unfettered perspective. Laughter is the best medicine for stress. Laugh at yourself as often as possible. Try to find the funny in any situation. Optimism attracts happiness. If you are positive, you will not have to look for good things and good people. They will find you. Mistakes are only for our benefit. We all make mistakes. We allow people to use us and treat us in a way that we do not deserve. But if you think about it carefully, our bad choices have taught us a lot. And although we can no longer get some things back, and you will not wait for an apology from some people, next time you will not repeat the same mistake. Now you have more power over your future. Remember, it is not the one who falls who makes mistakes, but the one who does not get up even when he has the opportunity. Get up. Often good things disappear from our lives only so that something better can take their place. Worrying is just wasting energy. Worrying won't free you from tomorrow's troubles. It will drain you of energy today. If you find it hard to move forward, take small steps. You should always force yourself to move forward, especially in difficult times. You can't lose momentum. As long as you move forward, even at a snail's pace, you will definitely reach the finish line. So be happy with every step you take, no matter how big it is. After all, each of them takes us from the past to where we want to be tomorrow. And it doesn't matter where you are striving to a better life or a cherished dream, you will achieve it by taking many steps in one direction. There will always be someone who won't like you. You simply won't be able to please everyone around you. No matter what you do, there will always be someone who won't like you. So, ignore it and do what your heart tells you. What others say and think about you is not so important. What you think about yourself is much more important. You will be better off without some people who, as you thought, you needed. The bitter truth is that some people will be with you only as long as you have what they need. Well, when the need disappears, they will disappear too. And the good news is that sooner or later, all these temporary rulers will disappear from your life, leaving only those reliable friends on whom you can rely. Your only rival is yourself. When you catch yourself comparing yourself to a colleague, neighbor, friend, or celebrity, stop. Understand that you have nothing in common with them. You have different weaknesses and strengths that others do not. Take a moment and try to understand what your strengths are. Be grateful for what you have. You can't change everything that happens to you, but it's up to you how you react to it. There are both positive and negative aspects to life, and whether you are happy or not depends on what you focus on. For example, if you have a cold, be glad that it is temporary and that this illness does not threaten your life. Lost a basketball game, but you spent time with friends doing a healthy and fun activity. Did your stock price fall? It's okay, it will still rise. And in general, you are lucky that you have savings when most people are barely making ends meet. Life will never be easy. If you expect it, you'll only be disappointed. Nothing worthwhile comes for free, and free things are worth what we paid for them. So every morning, be ready to run further and faster than yesterday, but in the right direction. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it. Your future is flawless. No matter how dirty your past is, your future is still flawless. And don't try to glue the morning of a new day together from the remains of yesterday. Don't look back if there is nothing to look back on. Every day is a new start, a new beginning. One of the best ways to leave all the worries of the past behind is to do something for which you will thank yourself today in the future. The situation is not hopeless. You just need to understand something. We all sometimes feel like we have reached a dead end. We doubt our ability to make decisions. We want to change everything, open a new page in our book of life. But know this, if a bird with healthy wings is kept in a cage for a long time, how will it know that it can fly? If it seems to you that you are in a dead end, spread your wings. A little effort, and you will fly over the wall. Every coin has another side. That is why we cannot feel pleasure without knowing pain. We will not know joy without knowing sadness. We will not become confident without being confused. And there is no peace without anxiety. And can there be hope without despair? You will not find a coin with one side for which you can buy a happy, cloudless life. You always have a choice. In whatever situation you find yourself, you always have at least two options to choose from. And if you can't change something physically, you can change your attitude. You can just sit in the darkness, or you can find the inner light within yourself and, looking into your own soul, see there what you never knew. Then the crisis will turn into an opportunity to learn something new, and the destruction of your world into an opportunity to build a new one on its fragments. If you have plunged into darkness, let others into it. No, they will not necessarily pull you out of it, but the world that they will bring with them may be enough for you to understand where the way out is. Asking yourself negative questions, you will get negative answers. There simply can't be positive answers to the questions, why me? Swing, why not me? logically, what if, and the like. Would you let someone ask you the questions that you ask yourself? Hardly. So wouldn't it be better to ask yourself questions that can push you in the right direction? For example, what can this situation teach me? Swing, what is under my control in my life right now? Logically, how can I move forward? Every ending is a new beginning. Tell yourself, dear past, thank you for everything you taught me. Dear future, wait for me. I'm already leaving. Often, the beginning of something great happens exactly at the moment when you think it's the end of everything. Subscribe to the channel. On this channel, you will find everything you are looking for.